right after the service. As we enter into this time of worship, lean into the joy, music, and movement of this multi-generational space. Now, in the spirit of love and connection, turn to your neighbor and share a warm greeting, only for 45 seconds. Well, good morning to a back row person.
And 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and you got to meet them in coffee hour now. Come to this place, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of learning, all seekers after what is true, all who seek a community of compassion and diversity. Come to this place, whoever you are. Though you've broken your vows 1,000 times and you're too busy and you don't have the time, come to this place where a love we do not make surrounds us and lifts us and nurtures us. Come to this place, whoever you are. Ours is not a community of despair, but hope. Not a place of judging, but of thanksgiving. Not a place of certainty, but of searching. Come to this place, whoever you are. Come yet again, come.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Danny Hawkins. Some of you recognize me. Tall redhead, wearing a sweater, a t-shirt, khakis, and my favorite Converses. I'm here to talk about the pledge drive for 2026. I'm happy to report that we received about 300,000, just a little bit short of 300,000 for 2026. However, as a reminder, yes, everyone. But as a reminder, we're trying to get to 350. So if you're not pledged yet, feel free. You can add to your 2026 pledge, or you can pledge. There'll be someone in the back accepting pledges or increased pledges if you desire to do so. I urge you to do it today. And so please remember to do your pledge and anything you can do to help us get to our 350 goal. We really appreciate it. Have a good day.
Good morning. Good morning, Eric. I am Eric Ramirez, the music director of this church. My pronouns are he, him, él, or just call me Eric. Visually, I am a brown Puerto Rican. I'm 5'9". That's good. I'm wearing, Katie Fitzgerald and I decided that we were going to wear the same shirt today. So I am wearing a striped white and blue shirt and light khakis. Today we are going to talk about Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about giving. So if you would rise with me in body or spirit as we sing number 407. And I want you to sing it lively. We're going to sit at the welcome table.
Welcome.
if you have food items that you've brought for our Thanksgiving baskets, boxes, you are welcome to bring that up now. And we're going to do our chalice lighting. In our Unitarian Universalist tradition, we light a chalice as a symbol of our shared faith and community. As Ginny Herrick lights our chalice here in the sanctuary, we invite those joining us online to share in the chat where you are lighting yours. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In the sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is in the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us. And now, will you please rise in body and/or spirit and join me in saying our church's affirmation of covenant and in singing the doxology in English and in Spanish. The words will be on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Good morning, church. Good morning, Kelly. That's me. I am Kelly Ingram. I am your DRE. My pronouns are she, her, or granny. My grandbaby is here today for the first time. That means the world to me. Thank you. What a wonderful welcome. Her name is Florence. Yes. I am a 5'3" mixed race brown woman with curly black and silver hair that is pulled into a braid this morning. I have on my black and silver glasses. I have on black earrings, black shoes, a black shirt, and my green corduroy pants. This morning's wisdom story will be the video story, Maddie's Fridge, narrated by our own Reverend Bell.
The story, Maddie's Fridge, by Lois Brandt, adapted for our time for all ages. Once, there were two friends, Maddie and Sophia. Maddie and Sophia, they were great friends. They loved playing with each other at the park. They loved swinging really high until they felt like their toes were going to touch the sky. Maddie was the best climber, and Sophia was the fastest runner. and most days they played until dusk. Well, one day, while they were climbing the rock wall, Sophia just couldn't climb anymore. She was hungry. She yelled to Maddie that she would race her to Maddie's house for a snack. And before Maddie could just say no, she was gone. Although Maddie tried hard to catch her before she could learn her secret, she didn't. Sophia opened Maddie's refrigerator door and saw that Maddie only had milk in the refrigerator. She was shocked. You see, Sophia came from a family that had a refrigerator that was stuffed with food. So she did not understand why Maddie's mom didn't just go buy more groceries. Maddie explained that they had no money and the milk was for her little brother. She explained that she had some bread to eat, but Sophia didn't understand really. So she just asked Sophia to promise not to tell anyone. Sophia made the promise, but it was hard to keep because she knew that Maddie needed help. Each day, Sophia tried to help Maddie by bringing food from her own refrigerator in her book bag. And some days, she didn't quite get it right. The worst was the stinky fish and the broken eggs. Sophia knew that to help her friend, she had to tell someone. So she told her mom. But Sophia's mom knew just what to do to help. She packed up some groceries and she offered them to Maddie's family. Well, at first, Maddie was upset that her friend had broken her promise. But after a bit, she understood that Sophia was just trying to help her. And they talked it out. And after that, they stayed good friends. I wonder what you would do if you were Sophia or Sophia's mom. What about if you were Maddie or Maddie's mom? I wonder what you would do if someone asked you to make a promise like Maddie asked Sophia to make.
And now our wonderful choir will lead us in 2 rounds of the children's blessing. After the first chorus, any students who would like to follow me out will head over to the RE building. Thank you.
In this gathered community, we take a sacred pause to share what rests on our hearts. This time is set apart for lifting up our joys, honoring our sorrows, and marking the milestones of our lives. It is not a space for announcements or political messages, but for the truths that move within us. Are there joys, sorrows, or milestones among us this morning? You're invited to raise your hand to have the microphone brought to you, or to come forward and speak your words aloud, placing a stone in the water as you do. Or, if you prefer, you may take a stone in silence, and as you release it into the water, let it carry the joy, sorrow, or milestone you hold today. You are welcome to come forward or have the microphone brought to you now.
Hi, I'm Christy. It's my joy to have my son Jesse here from Tucson. He came for my birthday today, and he's coming back again with his family for Thanksgiving next week. So I'm joyful.
Yeah, I guess so, and happy birthday.
Hi, good morning. I'm Andrea. I have a joy and a milestone. This past week, I took my son Teddy to Mexico City, where a lot of my family's from, for the first time, and it was wonderful. He had such a great time. It was really nice.
Hi, my name is Kathy, and I have a concern this morning. I have a friend who has a young son in the military. He's really struggling to find his place in that system, and just could use some good thoughts and positive energy for young folks like him.
My grandson just joined the Marine Corps a couple of days ago, and I was a little apprehensive about it. It seemed like a good opportunity for him, but I've kind of had I don't like to see him in harm's way, and I wish he had more opportunities. But I called him back, and I congratulate him. He's excited about it, and I don't know, what do you do? People make their choices. I don't know.
You should be.
Hello, my name is Cindy, and I have a milestone. My husband Paul is not here with us today, but he was feeling kind of under the weather. But our milestone is that we celebrated our 48th wedding anniversary on November the 17th. So we're just very, very happy that we've made it, and we did it, and we're still going.
Thank you. Congratulations. Anyone else? Oh.
Well, I hate to be the topper, but Nancy and I just celebrated our 49th wedding anniversary.
Okay, thank you. Well, congratulations to people who know how to do relationships well. As we close, I offer this final stone for all the unspoken prayers that live in our hearts, joys and sorrows, griefs and milestones, and gratitude, held tenderly by this community.
My name is Jenny. My name is Jenny Herrick. My hair is streaked with brown and white. My pronouns are she and her. I'm wearing brown slacks and a shirt that has a few different colors in it. I also have my glasses in my pocket, which I'm going to take out so I can see what I wrote down here. So I am going to talk to you about Casa de Peregrinos and my involvement early on with Casa de Peregrinos, and even before I was involved. So in 2005, Bibi Munson, some of you may remember her, and Maura Conman and Pat Dalton, as well as Jane Ash, who was chair of the Social Action Committee, formed a group in which they were supporting Casa de Peregrinos. And so in November of 2006, the executive director of Casa de Peregrinos spoke at a roundtable, and more people became interested, including me. Well, as it turned out, Pat Dalton's daughter had some issues, and she was no longer able to be part of that group, who was really encouraging people to become involved in Casa de Peregrinos. And so Jane asked me if I would do that. Well, with a background helping those in need, I jumped in wholeheartedly and encouraged others to become involved, including my husband, Jim, who had some knowledge of Spanish. And so he continued volunteering until he was no longer able to due to his condition. Volunteering on a weekly basis, contributing money monthly, contributing food monthly, are ways to become involved. Karen West, who was a snowbird, suggested, well, why don't you just sort of establish a group called the Casa Club, and then have on the bulletin board, we used to have a bulletin board out in the foyer, sign all their names of the people that are involved. And that was great. And so that really made a big difference. And as a result, over time, we were presented with a plaque from Casa de Peregrinos. This was March of 2013. I eventually became a member of the board, and as a board member, I became very frustrated. Michael, well, I did. Anyway, Michael Hughes, who many of you remember, became frustrated too. But if you remember Michael, he was a very determined person. And so during his time on the board, he managed to get Lorenzo Abba, executive director, and boy, did Casa de Peregrinos take off. And you're going to hear from Lorenzo after me. Due to the present climate in this country, I'm again getting involved with Casa de Peregrinos, and I am encouraging the church to get involved too. Those of you who are not presently involved, please consider joining the new Casa Club by signing up in the foyer. Dave Rice, who was not present at this time, that have been talking about, has been volunteering on a weekly basis. You can other ways you can help Casa de Peregrinos, though, is by contributing money monthly, or contributing food monthly, or you can do more than one of these things. So I encourage you to meet me out in the foyer at the table and sign up for Casa de Peregrinos if you are able. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lorenzo Alba. I've been the director, and there's some people in here that actually had something to do with hiring me. Dr. Packard was on that board of directors. Of course, Michael Hughes was very instrumental in bringing me out from my old job as a newspaper publisher. So it was a long interview process, like 3 times. 19 people applied for the job, and I got it. I was very blessed to get the position. Casa de Peregrinos is, I firmly believe, is where God has put me to do this work. And one of the very first things I learned when I got there was about your church and their involvement in what we were doing. I see many of you that volunteered there, Nancy, Carl, people that were a very big part of our mission. I'm looking at Jane over here, and I just remember her from the early days. And your involvement was, in my opinion, for the right reasons. It wasn't just a sweetheart project for you. It was about exactly what your church teaches, which is social justice. It was exactly about that. It was about making sure that people had something to eat. Your contributions, your donations of food, but more than anything, your volunteerism really, really impacted the way that we do our work at Casa de Peregrinos. It continues. That spirit's still there. That spirit is still there. And now with Mr. Rice coming every day, it's a constant reminder to me that it started here. It started by a few people getting together and making this happen. Thank you, Jane, for doing that. I would love to welcome all of you back to be part of the mission and walk with us on this very difficult climb, if you will, because we're in unprecedented times right now. We're in unprecedented times. I've never, ever experienced anything. You know one thing, and I'll just share this with you real quick. When I was in the newspaper industry, elections would happen. I'd walk out of there feeling pretty good about it, regardless of who won. I feel like there was some sort of balance, and I'd walk away from there, and all of us that were in the newspaper industry would be, oh, this will work out. We haven't been able to do that in probably about a decade and a half. We've not been able to really do that. And it's difficult for all of us to kind of fathom that. Some of you guys have been through way more than I've seen politically. But I will tell you this much. If you continue to support what we do, we promise that we will continue this mission for a long time to come. Part of my plan is sustainability. The growth that we've had is unprecedented for any pantry this size. We have a new facility. We've got 2 more facilities that are getting built by fall of 2026, one in Sunland Park, one in Chaparral. And then we have our facility in Hatch, which we're going to do renovations this spring on it. My question now to my board is, how much more do you want to grow? How much more do you want to grow, and can we help more people? What's the best way to take this approach? We can't do any of this without you, so on behalf of all the board of directors, past and present, on behalf of all our volunteers, past and present, and on behalf of my staff, past and present, I'm eternally grateful to all of you in this church for all the help that you've given us. And I welcome you back, be part of the mission with me, and take that walk with me. It's a leap of faith, right, every day. But I think that together we can help a lot more people and make sure that this community is fed. So God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. And today we're going to start that leap right now. We're going to do things a little differently. We will be collecting 2 offerings. Our first offering will be for Casa de Peregrinos and in the spirit of our Casa Club. We take this offering knowing that we don't normally do this, but we can. You've heard the reasons their ED does what he does to make our community better, and you've heard from Jenny why she spends her time there. The offering for Casa will be gratefully received. Thank you. And the offering we take today and every Sunday is more than financial support. This is our second offering. It sustains our worship, our programs, our partnerships, and our ability to grow in faith and service. This quarter, our Change for Change partner is Amador Health. Amador Health Center is one of the 5 organizations at the Community of Hope, which provides integrated health and wellness services to the Las Cruces community. You can give online, by mail, or by placing your gift in the plate as soon as the ushers are able to get those plates clear again. Every gift matters, and every gift makes a difference. The offering will now be gratefully received.
Today's anthem is Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins. He was inspired to write it based on his own encounters with the unhoused and wanted to bring awareness about our attitudes towards what he called the other. He asks us in this song to think about how we approach those that are without and to include them within our own conversations and community.
That was really good. Phil Collins ends Another Day in Paradise with these words. She calls out to the man on the street, but he just turns away. Sometimes hunger, real hunger, is not just the emptiness of your stomach. Sometimes hunger is the ache of being unseen. This morning, we begin with truth. Through story, through the wisdom of our children, through the quiet power of how we show up for each other. And now we turn deeper. Today's message is not just about the hunger of memory, but about the hunger that arrives in the present at our tables, on our campuses, in our lives, asking not simply to be fed, but to be seen. When I was a child, hunger wasn't an everyday occurrence for my whole life. It rolled in like a thunderstorm one day and kept us continuously watching the sky for rain for the next couple of years. Although my mom worked really hard to provide us everything we needed, she couldn't during those times. I would come home from school and say, "I'm hungry." And my sister, who was about 5 years older, was in charge. And she would say, which was the beginning of our ritual, "Did you eat all your school breakfast?" Yes. "Did you drink the milk?" Yes. "Did you eat your lunch?" Uh-huh. "Did you finish that milk?" "I did." "When you got home, did you drink your big glass of water?" And if I said no, especially about that water, she'd say, "You know that's part of what we're supposed to do." So I'd drink the water. Only then would she entertain an afternoon snack, because she knew what we had. One day, there was no snack. The fridge was bare. That didn't stop my sister from turning on our little electric hot plate. The gas had been shut off, and filling a pot of water. She then started to spin her tale of the greatest soup of all time. See, she searched the cupboards for salt. The salt container was empty. But we saved everything, salt packets, pepper packets, ketchup packets, from meals long ago. She stirred them into the water, and she filled my head with all the ways that this was going to be the best soup yet. Then she said, "Taste it. Taste it. It's the best soup you can have. And when you finish, you'll be so, so full." And she was right. I was. Going through our routine mattered. She wasn't only feeding me, she was teaching me how to help myself when there was almost nothing left to work with. From almost nothing, she created something that could sustain me, not just my stomach, but my spirit. That day, I learned that sometimes words feed the heart when food cannot. But we were not the only ones trying to make something from very little. Just a couple of apartments down lived a family with even less. Their youngest daughter was 4. Her brother, my age, was 10. Their mother was living deep in her addiction. So often, she would give him very little money to feed them. He always made a way. One way was making sandwiches made of just air and bread slices. He would give his little sister 2 slices of bread pressed together and say, "This is an air sandwich." She'd sit on the sun-baked steps and take a bite, smiling like she was eating something delectable. So proud of her sandwich and of her brother, who never had an air sandwich of his own. He would eat most of his meals from school. When we saw them on their air sandwich days, we would make them feel so special. We would ooh and ah for the little girl about her sandwich and tell her brother how good of a big brother he was. I'd say something like, "I wish I had your air sandwich. That is the best sandwich in the world, I bet." Even as children without language for it, we understood. Sometimes what a person needs most is not a solution, but a moment to savor what little they have without the shame we have learned from not having enough. That understanding has stayed with me. It forms how I minister and how I recognize need around us today. Here in Las Cruces, people come to our little pantry just over there. They come quietly, some with children, some dehydrated from the desert, some looking for whatever will get them through until the next place of safety. And sometimes people come looking for a place where they can feel dignity. One of our neighbors who's unhoused said to me just last week, "I come here because people here care about me. When I need to sit down, I know I can find a place. And if I come when y'all are here, I can get a cold drink of water. 6 places turned me down today. I can wash my hands and face if y'all are in the office." They sit under our awning during the hottest part of the day. They rest behind our building at night, not always seeking assistance, sometimes seeking a place just not to be moved on. I understand in this community there is fear about this. Truly I do. But I also believe that fear is not the only thing that is capable of speaking in us. Our pantry may be small, but it is a promise that on this patch of earth, hunger in all its forms will not be ignored. That humanity will not be ignored, and in enacting our shared values, our children will do more than hear stories about hunger. They will respond. Did you know that our children collect food for our food pantry? They gather supplies for school programs supporting unhoused families. They embody the same lesson my sister taught me with that soup. What we have, we share. That nourishment often begins simply with allowing someone to be present, without correction, without judgment, without pushing them away. Our congregation is living this teaching too. Right now, many of you have brought food to fill Thanksgiving baskets so that families in our community might sit at a table with enough and know they're not forgotten. Because we know that hungry does not discriminate. We know that we have federal workers and contractors who for 322 days have been facing a different kind of hunger, uncertainty, reduced hours, delayed contract. These are not people somewhere else. They are our neighbors, and these people are us, some of them sitting right beside you. Brian Stevenson of the Equal Justice Initiative says, we have to get close to people who are suffering, abused, and neglected in order to understand the world around us. He says, the opposite of poverty is not wealth. The opposite of poverty is justice. And we are a justice-making, a justice-shaping, and a justice-creating people. As Unitarian Universalists, we claim the inherent worth and dignity of every person, not only when it's easy or safe, but especially when compassion asks something of us. It is one thing to care about those who are being crushed by poverty. It is another when someone seeking a respite from that reality draws close enough that we must choose to respond as neighbors, not as the person's most inconvenienced. Sometimes justice begins simply by not turning away. My sister and our friend didn't turn away from their difficult reality. They decided to make fantastical soups and sandwiches instead. They used what they had and garnished it with hope, caring, and empowerment. When my sister handed me that soup, she gave me more than broth. She gave me hope. She taught me that even when we have a little, we are not powerless. Even in our struggles, we can be encouraged. So I ask you, what might we create from what we already have? If instead of responding with distance, what might we create if we responded with dignity? What might we create so that no one among us goes unseen, unfed, or unloved? How will you share your table? Amen. Ashe. May it be so.
I am tired, y'all. This weekend, starting Thursday, I was part of a team that passed out. I think I drove everywhere in Doña Ana County to give out Thanksgiving baskets, and it reminded me so much of the work that this church does. And our closing hymn talks about the fact that we give and we don't make the other person feel like we have a receipt that we gave. Make sense? So will you rise in body or spirit as you can as we sing? We give thanks.
Board of Trustees, and I'm now going to get near the microphone. Okay, this is abbreviated. If you want more details, the announcements are on the back of the order of service. Super Sunday is coming up on December 14th at 11 o'clock. The Board of Trustees is doing the Super Sunday lunch in the great room between the church service and the membership annual meeting. The annual membership budget and business meeting is going to be held at 11:45 on Sunday, December the 24th in the church sanctuary. And it's important to know, did I say the wrong number? It's Sam speaking. December 14th, thank you for correcting me. And it's important that people attend because we need to get at least 20% of the membership here to get a quorum. So please don't skip it if you can't. If you can make it. Members may also attend by Zoom. I think that was directed at me. Okay, Thanksgiving dinner, getting close. It's 1 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, no, I'm gonna get the number right, November 27th in the RE building. It's potluck, but reservations are required. And the last day to sign up is Monday the 24th, which is tomorrow. Thank you. And the last item here is the truffle sale is in the church library, December the 7th from 8 a.m. to noon. And I understand there are 20 different flavors, and I'm sure they're delicious. So, and there we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. I share these words with you by L.R. Nost. Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. All things break, and all things can be mended. Not with time, as they say, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, unconditionally. The broken world waits in darkness for the light that is you. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish the flame. They're on the screen. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Oh, yeah, an announcement that didn't get announced is that tomorrow there was roundtable, and it will be showing of the movie God and Country about the rise of white Christian nationalism. Not to be missed, right here, 6:30 tomorrow. Oh, 6 o'clock because it's a long movie. Thank you. Thank you. 6 o'clock, that's a change, so keep that in mind and be here. Okay.